If you have residency in Nicaragua, there's something that you must do every 6 months. And today I am going to take you through the process step by step. Hello everyone, I'm Joanne from Coast to Coast with Joanne, and today we are going to talk about the 6-month check-in process that everyone has to do if they are an expat living here in Nicaragua and if they have residency. This process all started on March 27th. I walked into town, from my house into town in San Juan del Sur, and I took a colectivo taxi to Rivas. That trip cost me 100 Cordobas. This is a taxi that you share with other people, up to 4 people. So 100 Cordobas comes to approximately $2.75 US. The trip takes about 30 minutes. It's very straightforward. And yes, I had to go to the immigration office. Now, a couple of things that you should know before you go. And I actually learned this during my last process in October when I checked in. I went there in the afternoon and I was scolded. I was told that they only do this process in the morning. So if you do this, make sure you go in the morning and not the afternoon. The second very important thing is that you have a 5-day window to get this process done. So you have the day of, you'll have an expiry date on your cédula, and you have the day of, you have 2 days before and 2 days after. This is your 5-day window. You must do this process within those 5 days. If not, there will be consequences. For example, if you are not in the country for your 6-month check-in and you are late doing the process, you will be fined $2 per day that you are late. So $2 does not sound like a lot, but it can add up. So just make sure that if at all possible, you do this process within your 5-day window. So after getting there with the collective taxi, I went straight to the immigration office, and there was a lot of people there. I told them I was there, and I sat down and waited in one of the chairs. I thought I would be there for a very long time, but within 10 minutes I was called in, and through the process, and through that process I had to take some things with me. I had to take my cédula or residency card, and I had to take my passport, and I needed photocopies. One photocopy of both sides of my cédula, and I needed a copy of my photo page in my passport, and also a photocopy of the page of when they originally issued my cédula, my 5-year cédula. So I had all of that, and I had to pay for the next 6 months, and the next 6 months was 2,143 Cordobas, which that is about the equivalent of $58 US. So I gave them all of that. She wrote me a receipt. She gave me back my passport, and she gave me back my cédula and that receipt. And I was told that they would call me when the cédula was ready. So that was great. That was on March 27th. Fast forward to April 8th, I got a call saying that my cédula was ready. And it was already the afternoon when I received that call. So I told them I would be there the very next day. And again, I took that the taxi colectivo and paid my 100 Cordobas to go into immigration. And again, there were quite a few people there, but the process was even faster this time. She made eye contact with me, and she asked me for my receipt and my cédula. She took both of those, came back with a book. I signed in a book that I received it, and she gave me my new cédula. Now, the new cédula has a new expiration date on it, and this is actually, you can say that that is your check-in date, and it's 6 months down the line. So my next one is September 25th. it's actually measured in days and not months. That's why it's not exactly the same date. So that's it. That is the process. And since I was already in Rivas, I thought that I would stay. A lot of people, they kind of begrudge having to go to Rivas, but I actually kind of like it. I was already there, and it was a nice day. So I paid a bicycle taxi to take me to a couple of places. You can go almost anywhere in Rivas with these bicycle taxis. It's 50 to 100 Cordobas to get almost anywhere. They will try to get more out of you, but you need to haggle with them a little bit, respectfully, of course. I had this gentleman take me to the center of Rivas, and there is a little park there that people hang out in. There are some sculptures, and you can see here there's a sculpture of the antique pottery that you can still find in Nicaragua. Also, Rivas is known as the city of mangoes, and here you can see the street. This street is lined with ceramic or sculptured trees, mango trees, and they are in front of this beautiful church. So I actually enjoy my days in Rivas. I think that there's a lot of shops there, there is a market, and you can get a lot more things done there than you can in San Juan del Sur. Now trust me, I love living in San Juan del Sur, but Rivas has a little bit more on the commercial side of things. Things available to buy and to look at. So overall, that is the process, the 6-month check-in process for those of you who have a cédula or residency here in Nicaragua. It's actually straightforward once you know what to expect. It's the not knowing that is the nerve-wracking part of it. So I hope this video helped you avoid some of that nervousness. If you are still considering applying for residency, I have made a couple of different videos that I'll post up here. One is for retirees, rentiers, and the other one is for investors like me. I also am selling some PDFs of how to go through the process. I am not a lawyer, but this is just based on my own experience, and the link to those will be in the description box below. So I hope you got something out of this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. That costs you nothing at all, and please subscribe. See you on the next one.